I want you to picture two people living in the same city, moving within the same professional circles, exposed to the same opportunities, but experiencing entirely different realities in how their lives actually feel day to day. The first person earns $150,000 per year, and if you step inside their life, you'll immediately notice a $90,000 car parked outside and a home filled with high-end furniture, most of which is still quietly being paid off through layers of ongoing credit. This person checks their bank account with a constant knot in their stomach, and despite the impressive salary on paper, they are realistically just two missed paychecks away from a complete financial breakdown. The second person earns $60,000 per year, and when you step into their space, you'll notice something unusual. A sense of openness, a modest car that is fully owned, and a kitchen filled only with tools that are actually used on a regular basis. This person checks their bank account with calm confidence, knowing they have 24 months of living expenses saved and consistently invest 30% of every paycheck without stress. This isn't a story about income levels or salary brackets. It's a story about the invisible poverty trap, the hidden and often misunderstood relationship between possessions and money that most high earners never fully recognize. They've gradually and almost unconsciously accumulated a lifestyle that demands every dollar they earn just to maintain it, learning too late that owning less doesn't mean living worse, it means living with intention and control. Let me start with a concept that has the power to completely reframe how you think about every single purchase you make from this point forward. Everything you own costs money twice. The first cost is obvious and visible, the purchase price you pay up front, but there's a second cost that most people consistently ignore, which includes storage, maintenance, mental energy, and the opportunity cost of that money. A luxury vehicle, for example, doesn't just sit there. It requires premium fuel, specialized maintenance, and significantly higher insurance premiums, creating what can be described as a status tax that often ends up costing more than the car's actual value over time. Rule 1. Calculate cost per use. And before buying anything at all, pause and estimate how many times you will realistically use it. Then divide the total cost by that number to understand its true value. A $500 bag that is worn only 5 times effectively costs $100 per use, while a $50 bag used 500 times costs just 10 cents per use. And this simple math clearly reveals what actually makes financial sense. Rule 2. Apply the replacement test. By walking through your home and looking carefully at each item, asking yourself honestly, if this disappeared today, would I actually spend my money to replace it? For most high earners, the honest answer is no, because many of these items exist in their lives purely through inertia rather than intention, carrying negative value by consuming space and mental energy. Rule 3. Never upgrade out of boredom, because this behavior is one of the most common forms of wealth destruction disguised as progress and self-improvement. Your phone may operate perfectly without any issues, but the moment a new version is released with only a slightly improved camera, replacing it is not an upgrade, it is simply a leak in your financial bucket. Rule 4. Create friction for spending by intentionally making purchases harder, such as deleting shopping apps, unsubscribing from promotional emails, and applying a strict 24-hour waiting rule, which alone can eliminate up to 70% of impulse buying. Rule 5. Define enough before you start earning more. Because without a clear finish line, you are unknowingly running an endless race where your lifestyle expands faster than your income ever can. The person who clearly defined enough at $60,000 and later increased their income to $100,000 is able to build wealth at an unusually fast and sustainable rate. Rule 6, measure wealth by optionality, by asking whether you have the freedom to leave a job that damages your mental health, because these choices represent real, functional wealth. Every purchase you make is a trade-off, forcing you to ask whether that item is truly worth reducing your ability to make independent and meaningful choices about your life. And while sometimes it is, often it is not. Rule 7. Practice cyclical decluttering by regularly removing excess before it accumulates again, preventing it from reaching overwhelming levels that quietly drain both money and attention. Owning less not only creates more financial space, but having more financial security also makes owning less feel natural, forming a powerful virtuous cycle that continuously reinforces your freedom. You can either own your possessions and remain in control of your life, or allow your possessions to own you. And both the math and your peace of mind strongly favor the first option.